Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Kodeations, and in today's video, we're actually diving into a brand new game called Alchemy Stars. Man, that is right. We played it the other night on live stream, and I've been having an absolute blast. So nevertheless, I wanted to bring you guys my first impressions on the game, and then basically just discuss what you can expect on day one in Alchemy Stars. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Alrighty, now diving into the actual meat and potatoes of our first impressions, and that's going to be the first thing is going to be combat, alright? The combat in this game is super unique, and I really am digging it. Like I said, I have not personally played a game like this with this similar combat system, so we're going to jump in here and show you guys exactly what we got going on. Keep in mind, this is a stamina-driven system, so you can see that in this game, the stamina is actually called prisms, so just keep that in mind, and then there also are like starring conditions, so like 1 star up to 3 stars, and then basically depending on how many stars you can collect, you know, the additional resources or rewards that you can get from those completions. So let's go ahead and hop in here into a challenge. Alrighty, now once we have officially loaded here into the match, you guys can see it is a line-based grid RPG strategy, alright? So in theory, what you're looking at here there are 4 different colors. We've got blue, yellow, red, and green, alright? And the whole idea or concept is those colors match hand in hand with whatever element you are currently utilizing on your team, right? And basically, just to give you a quick synopsis, the specific element can only attack or perform an attack ability on whatever the respective color tile your character stops on, all right? So to give you guys an example here, I am running an all-water team, right? So therefore, all of my water units can only attack when I stop on a blue tile, all right? The one exception is going to be the captain, whatever captain you currently are using, and you can tell that by the character right here on screen. We are currently utilizing Vice, aka why we have this chick here solo, right? And once you are utilizing that captain, a captain exception can pretty much step on any tile and attack, but the rest of your units cannot attack unless you land on their respective color, all right? So the first thing we're going to do here is, because we're running an all-water team, I'm going to go ahead and try to stick to blue tiles as much as possible. However, there will be rounds or turns where I can only utilize whatever tiles I have surrounding me. Therefore, my captain might be the only one that pops off an attack, all right? So just bear with me here. Again, we're not going to dive too deep into the overall combat sequence, but I want to really break it down and give you guys a general understanding. So what the first thing we're going to do is drag over here to the blue, and then we want to make as many combos as we can. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and position ourselves to as many blue targets as we can, and then be as close to the enemy as possible, so some of my melee units can also pop off an attack. And because we are landing on a blue tile at the end, all of my units should be able to perform an attack. So let's go ahead and let it go. It's going to run. You can see all of my units are moving one by one and attacking the nearest enemy because, you know, we're in close proximity. So we went ahead and killed that guy. Now, as you can see here currently on screen, the enemies will move, you know, when it's their turn, but you can see that we do no longer have any blue tiles around us, all right? So this is going to be where your individual heroes come into play, all right? So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the individual heroes we got on the side. My first one is going to be Vice. That's going to be a captain. We're not going to be worried too much about her skill. She's an attack unit. We then got the next one, which is going to bring us to a healer, aka a support unit. Again, not the one that we need. This is going to be another DPS unit. And then last but not least, we do have the person that we need, or that we potentially could use, and that's going to basically convert 4 tiles to, or in a cross shape, to blue. And you can see that it highlights on the board here which ones that it will be affecting. And so that could be a potential option. However, we have a better unit, and that's going to be this guy down here, and he converts 4 nearest green tiles to blue. So if we click on him, we can see it generates more of the tiles around us because they are green to blue. So we're going to go ahead and initiate that skill. And then as you can see here, it's going to convert those tiles over to blue instead of the green. And then now we have some tiles to work with and do some additional combos. So let's go ahead and once again drag our captain around the battlefield here. Again, trying to stay close enough to the enemies to pop off as much damage as possible. And so as you see here, every one of my heroes are going to be popping off at attacks as soon as they can, or as soon as they get in close proximity. So as you can see there, once again, they perform all of their skills. And then there we go. All right, so enemies phase, they're going to take a little bit of damage here, not that end of the world. And then next thing we need to do is, again, is revisit our heroes, figure out what skills we want to utilize, and that's going to be pretty much what you need to know about the game, all right? Because I'm building a water team, I'm trying to stick to blue tiles. Again, occasionally we'll have to do something different. However, if you were building like a fire team, you want to stick to red for the most part, or at least that's where you're going to be able to do the most damage. Same thing goes for yellow if you're thunder, and then green for if you are forest. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just play this match out really quick. We're going to utilize her ability, which then gives us some additional blue tiles here in a cross-like fashion, and then we do have this guy's skill, so we might as well go ahead and use it here on this little boss enemy. Let's go ahead and do that. I don't know if it'll be enough damage to kill him. Yeah, barely did any damage. That's all right, though. And then what we're going to go ahead and do is take our turn, right? So again, we want to try to chain as many combos as possible. So we're going to go ahead and come back here, just do these two. We should get some additional damage off on both units because we're in close proximity once again. And by the way, this is only wave 1 out of wave 2, so this is going to take a good chunk of the video here. We're almost done. All right, so they did close in on us a little bit harder. We're going to go ahead and use our AoE ability on our main captain, which does a mega ton of damage, and I really like this chick, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to also pop off a heal because we're getting pretty low on health, and we are only on the second wave. All right, so here we go. So once again, we're surrounded by some blue tiles, which is not the end of the world. We will probably go ahead and utilize this guy's skill just to give us a longer chain because it's going to convert these green to blue, which then will give us a lot more combos. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take advantage of all these additional combos here. Again, you want to make sure that you are doing the most damage to all of the individual units in close proximity. So here we go. So they got the initial hit, the second hit. Yep, there we go. Perfect. And then we're going to do the last AoE ability. There we go from our captain, get the healing off, and then whoever's in close proximity with our ranged units will also be able to do some additional damage. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be pretty much all you need to know about the combat, or at least to get a better understanding of what the combat system is like in Alchemy Stars. Again, I understand it's not going to be for everybody, but I have been having an absolute blast with it. This is going to be my official first game that I've ever played with that system. Again, I'm not really sure if it's a brand new system or if there are other systems, you know, in other games that are also pretty similar, but for me, it is brand new. Alrighty, so now let's go ahead and jump in here and show you guys the additional content and things that you can do in the game, all right? So pretty much we're going to hop back over here to the exploration mode first. Now, what you're seeing here on screen is what they call the positioning mode, and that's going to be pretty much like the story mode, right? The campaign, you're going to go from node to node. It's pretty, you know, your standard when it comes to gacha RPGs or strategy RPGs. Each node you can clear up to 3 individual stars, so obviously that's what your goal is to clear as many stars as possible to get the bonus resources. However, that's not the only game mode, right? So they do have a mode down here. You can't see it because it's hidden behind my chair. Anyways, it's going to be called resource, right? So when you go to resource, it's going to be kind of like a dungeon sort of, you know, grinding system, right? So basically, as you can see here, the first one is going to be, you know, Nidium, which is the game's in-game gold or currency, main currency, and then obviously for the Forgotten Snow, it's going to be the Aurorian upgrade materials. So if we click on that one, it's going to be broken down into each individual element, and pretty much whatever, you know, material you need to farm for your heroes is going to be where you're going to farm those out. And then obviously the level does increase, so as the difficulty, and then also the quality of the rewards that you can get from completing those. And then it does also cost the prism stamina as well in order to run them. So just keep that in mind. The other two I do not have unlocked, but one's going to be equipment material, and then the other one is going to be Colossus material, which is going to be behind me. Again, I do apologize from where I'm sitting, but that's going to be pretty much like the dungeon aspect of the game. Keep in mind, there are a couple of them down here that are currently locked, and I'm not really exactly sure what those are going to be at this time, all right? I did not play any CBT or anything for this game prior to jumping into the global launch, so I'm not really exactly sure what those are. If you guys happen to know, drop them down below in the comment section. I would love to know because I'm just curious. But that's pretty much what you need to know about the overall story mode and some of the additional, you know, types of content that you can cover. The next thing up that I want to show you guys is going to be obviously the Colossus, or AKA your main base system in the game. All right. It's pretty straightforward. I know there's been a couple additional games that have this system. So something like Arknights, I know, is one of those games. I believe, what is it, like Fallout Shelter, I believe, is also another one of those games. Not really in the same genre, but this kind of, 2D side scroll base layout, mini base layout, if you will. But basically, it's pretty self-explanatory. You're going to be able to unlock these individual rooms, as they call it. And then let's go ahead and jump into one of these rooms and show you. We're going to hop into the Prism Pillar first. This room basically just helps you passively generate Prism, aka the stamina currency for the game. And then pretty much you can place heroes with inside of these rooms, and then each individual hero that you put in there will then have some sort of skill effect for that particular room. All right, so currently we're utilizing Pact into this room specifically, and it's going to be once she is placed in the Prism Pillar, the extra Prism recovery rate is increased by 20% per hour. So again, it's just adding another way to passively generate Prism for us. Again, it's just a really cool, unique feature. It adds a little bit of elements to the overall gameplay instead of just grinding out the story mode the entire time. Same thing goes for some of these other rooms. Again, I don't have them all unlocked. You got the lounge, which is pretty much can house anybody. And then obviously you got like the bridge, which houses like your captains or my current commander, which is going to be that vice character that we were playing. But that's what you need to know about the Colossus. Again, we're not going to dive too deep in this video. This is just a first impressions of what to expect when jumping into Alchemy Stars. Keep in mind, if you are subscribed to the channel, I will have some more videos coming out diving deeper into each one of these sections. All right. So with that being said, let's dive into some of the other stuff here that I want to show you. The quest system, again, pretty self-explanatory. You're going to have your daily quest. You're going to have your overall, like, growth quest as you just continue to play the game. Then you also will have your tried and true achievements, just again, overall to collect a bunch of additional resources, summons, things that you need, upgrade materials, all of that fun jazz. And then next up, I want to show you guys, we're going to dive into some of the awesome 2D Aurorians, man. I think that the 2D art is absolutely beautiful in this game. Obviously, when it comes to the individual heroes, or Aurorians, as what they are called in this game, you do have your qualities, right? So you do have your blue being down here at the rare quality. You do have that like elite, or whatever you want to call the purple status, which are your 4-star units. And then you do have your 5-star units, which are going to be that gray, or not gray, that gold. And then also the last but not least, you're going to have the 6-star units. All right. So just keep that in mind. But let's just take a look at some of these guys. They look absolutely beautiful. Now you can obviously turn this off if you don't want the little cheeky 2D 3D animation, or whatever you want to call it. It's basically like motion effects to 2D art. But anyways, if you don't want that, you can turn that off, and the 2D art is amazing. Probably my favorite. But anyways, you can see some of the different styles of characters here. We've got Kelkin, which again is kind of like an octopus, squid, weird dude. Really, really cool looking. You've got something like here, he's got like a candle on his back, but this is going to be Constantine. He's got, a shotgun, as, tried and true Constantine does. You're going to have Zoya here, again, a nice little healer support class unit. I'm going to just fumble through some here. Here's my only 6-star unit that I've got, a fire unit. Again, very, very cool. We do have here you go. Here's the thunder unit, kind of like a dagger, quick detonator unit. Just does a lot of damage for the most part. But anyways, you kind of get an idea of what it's like. When it comes to each individual character, you do have like Ascension. You've got Breakthrough, which obviously just kind of manifest and gives them additional stat bonuses. Pretty standard with other gacha games. We do have Equipment, which we have yet to unlock. I'm assuming will obviously just further increase our damage and our stats and everything. Maybe some set bonuses and everything to take advantage of. Ascension obviously will allow us to push them past like level 30. And the same thing goes for overall upgrade. You can click the upgrade button and then you upgrade your characters from here. So that's going to be it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, this is going to be pretty much my first impressions on Alchemy Stars. I've never ever played a combat system like this, and I think that's what's really appealing to me. Not only that, man, we've been playing so many gacha games in the past year that is pretty much a copy and paste of one another, and I'm really, really excited to jump in here and actually play something new. At least for me anyways, personally, I've never played a combat system like this, so diving into this was very, very refreshing, and it adds a lot of strategy to my overall gameplay. So that's going to be it. You guys drop a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Also, anybody that is new to the channel, thank you guys for checking out the video. We've got a Discord link provided down below. We've got over 1,000 players for various mobile games. We would love to have you guys over there, and I do also live stream on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for various mobile games as well, and I hope that I can see you guys over there. So without further ado, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notification every time we drop a video, and I will see you guys in the next one.